OTAs and minicamp has wrapped up for the Cleveland Browns. And guess who's at the top of the list for being the most efficient and most productive? Shedeur Sanders. Is he get trending upwards to getting that starting job? Hey, y'all know me and Steve are going to talk about it. And my man Zach Taylor responds to the Shemar Stewart saga and all that contract nonsense going on in Cincinnati. Me and my man Stevo going to talk about it and break it down right after this.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Stevo Speaks. He's in the building rocking with me today. So if y'all tuned in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. My boy, Stevo, what's the word?
Yo.
Hey, Stevo is going down in Cincinnati, but it's definitely still going down in Cleveland too. The state of Ohio got some juice, some good, some bad. But hey, Steve-O, we looking at the QB tracker for the wrap up of OTAs and minicamp. For my people that's tuned in, they tracked all of the production from the quarterbacks. They got 5 of them, but they've been only tracking 4 of them since Deshaun Watson. They've been there. Just for context, Steve-O, my man's Joe Flacco in OTAs plus minicamp, his combined stats is 18 of 35 for 2 touchdowns. Shedeur Sanders, 41 of 53, 9 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Kenny Pickett, 38 for 63 for 7 touchdowns. And little man Dylan Gabriel, 48 for 83 with 8 touchdowns. My goodness. First and foremost, what do you think, or what's the first thing that come to your mind when you hear those stats for these respective quarterbacks?
Shedeur had a point to prove, and he proving it. And at the end of the day, if it comes down that he not only is he gonna make this team, but not the likelihood that he's probably gonna be fighting to be a legitimate contender of starting, there's gonna come a point in time in the season where somebody, whether it's on the offense, defense, something, O-line, secondary, middle linebacker, that ain't doing their job, and they gonna look back and be like, we got Dylan Gabriel, we got all these other motherfuckers. Well, we could have just gone and did what most organizations do: pick our guy and move the hell on. Let the vet fight, or let him fight in minicamp, and then see what happens. But nah, y'all decided to, I guess, double, triple coverage and make sure you double down and make sure everything was cool. So my thing is, like I said, it's gonna come a point where somebody ain't doing their job. You're gonna be like, well, we could have spent that on the draft pick.
Facts. You looking at the Cleveland Browns at this situation right now, I'm like, bro, what else did y'all think? We told y'all that Shedeur Sanders was at least in the top 3 of the quarterbacks in this, with Cam Ward being the consensus number 1. And then you can make your argument in regards to Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders. But I had Shedeur Sanders number 2. And these guys try to come out there. Hey, Steve, I don't know. It's probably a conspiracy, but the New York Giants probably put out this leak that he came into the interview unprepared. I don't know. That's just me, though. Maybe I'm looking into the weeds a little bit to try to for them to justify the selection of Jackson Dart. But it ain't about him. We're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders. My man, Shedeur Sanders, went out there and put on an absolute show, bro. Over 70% completion percentage. It is only OTA, and it is only minicamp. But, hey, that's what you got out of the man in college. He doing the same thing he did in college, and it is OTAs, it is minicamp, so you take it, you know what I'm saying, with a grain of salt.
Shit. I mean, it is minicamp, but at the same time, it's context. It's difference between, like, I'm just throw ours in it. Like, if Caleb outdoes Tyson Bagent in his second year, it's like, okay, duh. But if you're Can you read Joe Flacco's percentage one more time?
My man's Joe Flacco, he went 18 to 35. That is 51%.
Which is not terrible, but that's not good.
Right?
So, what? 18-year vet
Yes.
that been to minicamp multiple times technically don't even got it to be there.
Yeah.
You know, he has that. He's there competing, and you let your fifth? What was he? Fifth, fourth round, fifth round pick?
Shedeur was 5th round.
You let a fifth round pick come in there, and he's out there just out dotting motherfuckers. It's still saying something.
And it's not like it's a small sample size, bro. Like,
No,
like if you consider it a small sample size because it's minicamp, okay, cool. But throwing 53 passes and completing 77% of them, bro, that has
that's a fucking game,
exactly
especially for a Pac-12 quarterback.
facts. That's 2 games if we expecting Kevin Stefanski to run the rock like we expect him to this upcoming season, especially with the news that we already talked about a few episodes ago. So it's crazy, bro. Stevo, me personally, I'm looking at Joe Flacco pretty much starting the season off and they showing the respect to the vet. I'm giving it to like week 8, bro.
Yeah, he number
And
2.
Shedeur gonna be number 2, and he gonna get up in there simply because over the last few days, Shedeur Sanders has been getting the second team reps over Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett.
And you can see within that whole completion, they tried their damnness to justify Dylan Gabriel. They let that motherfucker throw it, 83 times? They let that motherfucker throw it 83 times. Damn it, you're going to get it. He ain't get it right, bro.
He ain't getting it. He ain't gonna get it, bro. And I don't know. I always come in and I try to show the young men in this league a little grace. I just don't know what he was gonna be. I feel like if you flip, if you would have flipped the quarterbacks, it would have made most sense. Shedeur in the 3rd, Dylan Gabriel in the 5th. You would have been like, all right, cool. That's expected. But yeah, I don't even know, bro. I know it's been like some reports or some rumors or some commentary that's been saying that, hey, they're gonna make a decision and then there's a chance that you trade one of them. And one of them right now is looking like Dylan Gabriel. But what are you gonna get for that? What are you gonna get for that? A 5th? Probably a 7th. You gave up a 3rd. Now you only getting a 7th in return. Crazy work.
I don't know most quarterbacks that went to 3 colleges, especially at the quarterback position, they get drafted that high. I'm just the fact that he kept getting he kept transferring. It shit was telling enough.
Yeah. I think that would have said a lot because even like if we looking at Bo Nix, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Bo Nix started off at Auburn and then ended, his collegiate career at Oregon. That's a one-time transfer.
And he did significant years. He did, I want to say
4 or 5 years, right?
I want to say he damn near did 2, 3. Matter of fact, he might have did 3 or 4 years, and then he did like 2 years, extra years at Oregon.
Right.
So I think he left his junior year. So yeah, he did junior to senior year and then an extra year at Oregon.
Crazy work. So
which is reasonable. But
yeah,
going from UCF to fucking Oklahoma. So I think he did UCF for 2 years, Oklahoma, then went to Oregon.
Crazy work. Crazy work. It says a lot. I'm with you on that. And like I said, I ain't trying to crap on the kid, but it's just that when you come into this and these NFL heads and they try to convince themselves that some guy is that guy over a guy who, you know what I'm saying, who is pretty much getting killed with a bad O-line and still was that damn accurate and had a high completion percentage, that says a lot about the quarterback to me. Because if you look at like certain programs down there, if you go to the Alabamas, the LSUs, the Florida, and teams like that, that's gonna have the crazy amount of talent, you ain't got to do that much with all those damn wide receivers you're gonna have out there. My man Shedeur Sanders didn't have the greatest group of wide receivers. Yes, he had Travis Hunter, but the other guys, you know what I'm saying, respectfully, was later round selections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's crazy like how this goes back on it. Like I remember this whole thing with Shedeur playing Oregon. I was sitting here like he ain't got a chance, but it ain't got nothing to do with Shedeur. It's just because his team as a whole ain't ready for Oregon as a whole. But
Exactly.
if I had to switch quarterback, fuck good well, if Shedeur was in Oregon, nigga, it would be no goddamn Cam Moore.
Yeah, I'd agree. Oregon would have never got their ass kicked by Ohio State either.
No, we probably still would have got our ass kicked.
Not like that, bro.
Our defense is
No, I know, but Dylan couldn't do nothing.
we couldn't do nothing with goddamn Jeremiah fucking Smith ass. Nigga caught everything.
Touche. But how long you think Shedeur Sanders going? Because I got him winning the QB too. That's just me. How long you think he be the backup?
This shit finna be just like, and I'm not wishing them this on Joe Flacco, but this shit finna look like Atlanta all over again. This nigga go have a stupid ass hip injury in week 8 or something, and then he gonna come right in and it's over. He ain't getting it back.
I'm with it. I agree. I think it's gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to that. But hey, let us know your thoughts and everything about Shedeur Sanders dominating OTAs and minicamp. Ha! Hey, what else y'all expect? I'm gonna keep throwing it out there, y'all. But let us know how y'all think about that. But hey, Stevo, now to switch on and talk about the dysfunctional Cincinnati Bengals. The dysfunctional Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about them. So my man Shemar Stewart, and rightfully so, we like, man, what's going on? Why you ain't sign that contract? Get your behind on the field. And we found out that the Cincinnati Bengals not only trying to finesse Trey Hendrickson, they trying to finesse their first round pick and put provisions in his contract that they have never put in anybody's contract that was a part of their team as a first round pick in their history. Now they trying to finesse. So yes, the other day, a couple days ago, my man Shemar Stewart pretty much came and spoke to the media and was like, I'm not asking for nothing y'all has never done before. But in y'all team's case, y'all, which is the team, just want to win arguments more than winning games. Then yesterday, my man Shemar Stewart said to hell with y'all minicamp and didn't even show up. My man Zach Taylor, the head coach for the Bengals, responded and said this: I think there's education that happens with all the rookies that we do our best to educate them. Number one, we want to protect our team, our locker room. And so there's some things I understand when there's frustration there, but that's how he chose to do it. And that's his prerogative. And we look forward to getting him back into the fold. What are your initial thoughts on that, bro?
I'm sorry. I'm currently looking at trying to find. I'm on Bengals front office staff. I'm trying to figure out who
What
the
idiots
fuck,
is up there?
like who the fuck is in charge of the contracts, because the chief financial officer John Helmy and who else? And somebody else in charge of this shit. Y'all suck. This is the most like I thought Ted Phillips had some stupid ass contract problems. His problems was either paying somebody that too much money, or you didn't want to pay enough money for somebody that was worth that money. Y'all, it's like y'all be buy what Cincinnati been doing is like they've been buying houses to buy, but they ain't been putting shit on the mortgage. Cause it's like, bro, why you keep trying to add stuff? You keep getting these high talented people. You keep get adding people to the team, but you don't want to pay for them. Like, I don't like. I don't know what's going. Are y'all losing money? Like, is something going on financially, or y'all just that damn cheap? They are, because then I forget, they are notorious for being one of the cheapest franchises in the league, because they the motherfuckers couldn't they didn't have a practice field outside for the longest. I still think they don't. And it get cold as fuck there. We even got an indoor practice facility. They don't.
Crazy.
are y'all that cheap to the point where the fucked up part is y'all not really in like y'all not the Saints, like y'all not in financial hell, but y'all make yourself in y'all putting yourself in that close to that proximity based on the decisions y'all have done in the past. You gonna look up in a year or two and y'all ain't gonna have shit to worry with because that cat finna look so stupid. In the words of my Baltimore people, so stupid. Because like the way I don't see how this gonna work. Because at this rate, you either gonna have to pay the shit out of trade, which is probably gonna put you in the negatives over the cap. And then now you ain't gonna have nothing to pay for your goddamn edge rusher that you just had in the draft. I don't know what y'all gonna do.
Bro, I looked at it like this. I said, bro, first of all, to provide more context for the people that are still not aware, they put in the man Shemar Stewart contract, and this is coming from Pro Football Focus, I believe. They put in Shemar Stewart contract that if he's hurt in year one, that defaults every single guarantee he has for the rest of the contract. Not the year he gets hurt, all the years. So if he goes in and in week 2 he plays, he gets hurt, all the guaranteed money is gone. Stevo.
Who the fuck go sign that?
Come on. Come
What?
on.
No wonder how the fuck you gonna say if he wants to go about it that way? Nigga, you just insulted him. That's insulting.
Bro.
I'm gonna play one of the most dangerous sports in the league. And because I get hurt playing for your ass, you're gonna take all the money you said you was gonna give me, nigga? What type of clause is that?
It's ridiculous.
Who the fuck writes up a contract like that?
Bro.
In this, nigga, that 1962 ass contract, you not getting away with that no more?
Bro, but they never did it. So why did you think that you can do it now? Stevo, my point is if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, and if you have to try to put this provision in this man's contract, that lets me know you don't believe in the guy you drafted. So you should have never drafted him. Mike Green was there. Mike Green was there. Derek Harmon out of Oregon was there. A bunch of other guys that was edge rushers was there for you. A bunch of other edges was there for the Cincinnati Bengals. If you was going to try to put this provision in there, that means you never really trusted Shemar Stewart from the beginning. Everybody and their grandmother knew he came into the league with 4.5 sacks.
You could have got James Pierce Jr. You could have
got. They had everybody right there. Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr. was available.
That edge out of Boston College.
Like, bro. Like,
JT out of Ohio State.
Exactly. Like, what? The Cincinnati Bengals, bro. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, I had to put my hands up and backtrack. I'm like, because remember, I was one on the side, like, hey, get your ass on the field, bro. Go ball. Go show people what you made up. But I ain't mad at him sitting on the sideline now and saying to hell with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. He might be on another squad.
Bro, that's the crazy thing. This man can literally sit out the entire season and re-enter the draft. How fucked up is that, though, bro? To have this young man come out and miss an entire year of football.
That's what? That gotta be there gotta be something else. Like, he should be able to be picked up by somebody else.
If they don't let go of his rights, he gotta sit out the whole year.
And they bitch ass to do that.
Trey Henderson said to hell with y'all. I ain't going. I'm not playing for y'all. It's sad, bro. They very disrespectful, and that's the whole point, Stevo, and that's what's starting to piss me off because me and you, we too passionate about this shit to sit here and be like, bro, we want to see the best matchups. Stevo, some of the matchups that they have this season includes good teams with good defenses and explosive offenses.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Bears on their list, the Vikings on their list, the Lions on their list, the entire NFC North. You got the Steelers and the Ravens twice. You have the Cleveland Browns that's about to run the ball and play tough defense. Joe Burrow, he can put up 30 all he want. He just did it last season. But if the defense giving up 35, hey, how disrespectful is the Cincinnati Bengals to Joe Burrow for not helping and supporting him for a point that Stevo, he about to be sitting at the crib for the playoffs 3 years in a row.
Y'all gonna make that nigga force for a trade.
Now, bro, y'all, man, what? I wouldn't play for their ass.
That nigga gonna be like, send me back to the Saints.
Real, trade me to the Saints. Trade me to the Saints, cause y'all ungrateful.
Bro, y'all ungrateful. I want to go back to the Bayou people.
No, the real. What? Send Joe Burrow back down now? What? They gonna go bonkers.
Especially with the coordinator, the coach they got down there. I
Kellen
like
Moore, what? That offense gonna be humming.
Man, they got some more wide receivers.
Yes. They bogus. I don't know what's wrong. Cincinnati bogus, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Gonna make all. Then they gonna want then all the wide receivers gonna ask for a trade too.
Ja'Marr Chase ain't gonna be able to do it. They no way. And did you hear that Joe Burrow said that the stuff that's going on with Trey Henderson and Shemar Stewart is absolutely a distraction?
Of course it is.
He came out and said that. So if you're the owner and the front office people, you knew that's a problem.
Literally, that's the equivalent of us not trying to pay fucking Montez Sweat, and then us not trying to pay Loveland.
Don't make
That's a leader on your team, a veteran leader on your team. Guy you drafted ain't went nowhere. Could have went somewhere if you wanted to. Decided to stay to y'all stupid ass. Yeah, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all better do something.
I hope they get it locked up before training camp. Otherwise, the Bengals are about to be at the bottom of this division.
They're gonna implode.
Yes, it's gonna get ugly in Cincy, bro. It's going to get ugly.
That shit already ugly.
Facts. This bitch gonna be fugly, fucking ugly.
Skies are blue. The motherfuckers ugly. Clouds are white.
But hey, man, Stevo, man, we can go on and on about this organization because bro, I was on live, bro, explaining the Shemar Stewart when he left, and bro, I could have went on for 30 minutes because we too passionate about this shit. When organizations do dumb stuff, we gotta call them out because we too passionate about good football, bro.
It's blatantly dumb too. It's not even like, oh, it's just stupid little bullshit, little football shit. This is just stupid. Facts. Avoidable as well.
Facts. But hey, brother, you got anything left?
I'm done talking stupid.
But hey, man, we hope y'all enjoyed today's episode, man. Go ahead before y'all roll out to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. We are on the road to 1K. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all always love football, and y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.